Boom! What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. So today we're gonna be taking a look at a brewery that you guys have seen me review plenty of times on here before. When it comes to their beers, they come out with a lot of sours, they come out with a lot of stouts. So, and 903 down in Sherman, Texas, just has a good thing going over there. I think they really haven't found their style, and I appreciate what they do when it comes to adding little twists on things. And definitely, I would say from my Tavor experience, this is probably one of the top breweries I've found over there, just because I like their can art, I like their styles of beer. And this one is going to kind of be more in just like how they usually kind of change the mold with a couple things. So this one is called Dreamsicle. It's a smoothie style fruited Gose. And what's interesting about this one, when you think of a Dreamsicle, you think of orange. Orange is the main fruit that you get into it because it's citrusy and it's kind of bright, and then you get the vanilla ice cream kind of thing going on there, and it's really, really delicious. But this one is actually made with tangerine, so this is a tangerine vanilla lactose smoothie style Gose ale, and I'm really curious of what any difference from an actual Dreamsicle that it's going to be when you use tangerine instead of orange. So that's going to be a pretty interesting combination. I'm thinking the fruit notes are going to be a little bit different, but I'm really hoping you get that vanilla ice cream almost kind of note in there, just to kind of, because you want it to taste like a Dreamsicle. You want to kind of get that nice mix of citrus and sweet vanilla goodness. So that's what I'm exactly hoping we get out of this one. I think this guy comes in only at a 5.4% ABV, I think it is. Okay, never mind, it's a 6.2. That was close. I don't know what I was looking at, but it's a 6.2% ABV, so at the point of being sessionable, yeah, I would consider this a sessionable beer for sure. Definitely something that you can have a few of and be perfectly fine with. So without further ado, I think it's time for us to crack this guy open. Of course, gonna be drinking this out of my Deciduous Beer Co. little sour glass, because I'm expecting some nice kind of tart notes in this one as well from the tangerine. So without further ado, let's crack this guy open. And of course, with it being a Gose, I wonder if there's gonna be some kind of sea salt element, because whenever I drink a Gose, there is some kind of a sea salt almost kind of bite at the end of it. I'm wondering if this is gonna introduce that as well. Oh yeah, definitely actually getting that tart citrus note. I'm actually getting kind of a little bit of a sea salty kind of note coming through on the nose. But definitely that bright, vibrant citrus has definitely hit you in the face. So I think this is going to be absolutely delicious. So without further ado, I think it's time for the pour of this guy and see what this thing's all about. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is definitely looking like a thick one for sure. It's definitely going to have more of a heavier mouthfeel, I think. Of course, you do the normal thing when you're kind of dealing with a smoothie style ale or kind of a fruited Berliner Weiss, fruited Gose, fruited sour kind of beer. You always want to get things kind of rolled before you drink it. You want to get the can out of the fridge, roll it on your countertop a few times, get the stuff from the inside moving around in there, getting all that puree and stuff they use in there all moved around. And then, of course, my big recommendation is before you drink it, as you're bringing it to wherever you're going to drink it, just hold it upside down, get the stuff moving around a little bit. But then, of course, finally, as you're pouring it, pour it into your glass about halfway, and then swish the can around a little bit, get more of the stuff moving, and then pour the rest in. Because look at that. It looks absolutely it looks like orange juice, and it's definitely looking like it's going to have a heavy mouthfeel. Definitely going to gives you that reminiscence of a smoothie almost. Definitely that bright kind of tangerine note, along with that sea salt kind of thing going there, and is pretty nice. I think this is going to be an actually delicious one. So without further ado, I think it's time for us to give this guy a try. So cheers, everybody. Merry Christmas. Oh yeah, definitely has that nice tart kind of tangerine flavor. Definitely the vanilla kind of lactose kind of creaminess comes in through. It's definitely a really, really nice creamy beer. Not really has any effervescence to it whatsoever. But overall, yeah, this stuff's absolutely delicious, I think. Absolutely delicious. Really loving that bright really bright citrus up front, and then it kind of gets washed away with a really, really nice vanilla, almost creaminess that kind of reminds you of a Dreamsicle. And I think they did a fantastic job. Absolutely fantastic job. Definitely getting that sea salt kind of flavor in there to kind of give that little extra bite to that citrus in there, which is always something that you're going to expect. There might be some kind of bright fruit note when it comes to a Gose, and then you're going to have like some salty bite to kind of balance it out, to kind of give it that unique flavor that a Gose gives you. So overall, I think they did a fantastic job with this one. Let's look here. Okay. On Untapped, it looks like it's only showing it as a 5.3% ABV, but this is a 6.2. But if you can't get your hands on anything from 903 in your area, Untapped always does a really cool thing to where they show different... Whoa, little air pocket. They show similar beers to what you might be able to get your hands on if you can't get your hands on anything from 903. So let's look here. So we got the Your Teen Guava from Mario Boro's Mega Bear. I think that's an interesting name, but that's what is this guy? Okay, so that's a fruited Gose. It's definitely not in a language I can read, so that's interesting. Okay, let's see. We got one from Distill. This one's called Ansari's Pushin' Tang. That's a very interesting name. But this is another fruited Gose from Distill. This is like a more blueberry marshmallow kind of fruited Gose. Let's see. We got one from Red Dragon Brewery called their Watermelon Sour, which is another fruited Gose from them. And then you got Red Dragon also came out with a green apple version, which definitely kind of has that more effervescence. So most definitely it's saying it's a fruited Gose, but it looks like it has that more of that green bubbly kind of look to it. And then you have one from Boiler Brewing Co. called the Frozen Strawberry Pog, which pink guava, blood orange, pomegranate, and Himalayan salt. Yeah, I think, to be honest, I feel like this one from Boiler Brewing Co. might be the most similar one, because you're getting those citrusy notes coming through, like that pog kind of juice flavor. So it definitely, of course, having that kind of creaminess, having that sea salty kind of flavor in there as well, I think will overall make a pretty well balanced and pretty similar experience to this one. So I think for the most similar one, I'm going to think of this one from Boiler Brewing Co. The Frozen Strawberry Pog might be a good second, even though this one doesn't have any strawberry notes in it or anything. But I think that kind of pineapple, orange kind of flavor, along with maybe the lactose they add in that one, will give you kind of a similar experience with this one. I know there's a bunch of different like Dreamsicle style smoothies, like sours or Goses or Berliner Weisses out there. So this one I think just goes on the list for another solid one from 903 for sure. Yeah, they did a fantastic job with this. So looking here, it's definitely more tart than I thought it would be, especially for it being a Dreamsicle. But let's look here and see who on my friends list got this guy and see. Okay, so we got Mr. Duchess is the one on my friends list. Let's check this one. And he gave it a 4.5 out of 5. So and what he said here, he purchased it at Tap Savvy when he lived down in Arizona still. So what he says, on the nose you get a creamy orange juice note. Pour is a thick orange color. Head dissipates quickly. On the taste, you taste tart's creamy orange juice flavor. The tart gives you like a nice tingle in the back of the jaw with no booze flavors. Yeah, I would say that's pretty damn accurate, Duchess, for sure. He gave it a 4.5, so he absolutely loves this one. But let's look here on the global ratings. Of course, it really doesn't say anything here in the description when it comes to a lot of stuff about this one. It's a tangerine, vanilla, lactose smoothie style Gose ale. And on Untapped, it's saying it's a 5.3, but on the can, it's saying it's 6.2% ABV. And with over 2,414 ratings, this one has an average rating of 4.14 out of 5, which is pretty damn good. There's definitely pretty decent ratings on this one for sure. So let's look here and see what... Oh, let's see what you say you're drinking, Kevin. You got a Russian Imperial and a chocolate coffee stout tonight. That sounds absolutely delicious for sure. But looking back here on Untapped, let's see what people are checking this one with. So this person gave it a 4.25, purchased at the One Stop Gas and Food Mart, which is in Gilbert, Arizona. Got a couple pickups in Gilbert, Arizona for this same place. So this person gave it a 4.25. This person gave it a 4. Well, let's see. This person gave it a 4.5 at purchase at Pogo's Wine and Spirits, which is a liquor store in Dallas, Texas. And he said ultra mega orange. Even though I love when people are saying there's orange flavors when there's no orange in it. I think that's kind of funny. Let's see here. Another 4 out of 5. We got another 4.25 out of 5 saying summertime in a can, perfect for a warm winter. This one was purchased at Choice Beverage, which is in McKinney, Texas. So let's see what else we got here. Another 4 out of 5 purchased at the Flights Wine and Tap Room, where is that? That's in Mesa, Arizona. So I'm seeing 903 is pretty popular in Arizona, I would say. So that's pretty cool seeing their stuff available out there. We got another 4 out of 5. Let's see, we got a 3.5, 3.5, a full 5 out of 5 purchased at the Lone Star Beverages. I'm assuming that's in Carlton, Texas. So yeah, a lot of availability in Texas and a lot of availability in Arizona, it looks like, for this one. So yeah, overall the ratings are pretty damn solid in this one. This is definitely more tart than I expected. I think for tartness rating on this guy, I'm going to give it out of 5. Maybe like a 3.75 out of 5, I think, for tartness. So if you don't like your tart beers. But I think the vanilla kind of thing in it really it helps with kind of balancing out the tartness from the tangerine and kind of cuts it along with that kind of... I don't know if they use a Himalayan salt or an actual sea salt or something like that, but that like salty kind of vanilla sweetness that comes in at the end cuts down on the tartness really well, which makes me think they did a really good job of this one for sure. I'm really thinking this is another one from 903 that I'm putting on the list for just a bunch of their sours and their goses and stuff that I enjoy. So let's start figuring out what we're going to be doing for ratings on this guy. Let me pour a little bit more into the glass. And let's look at the can art. Yeah, this is, to be honest, this is definitely more some of 903's more simplistic can art, I would say. I really like the detail they put in a little bit. It's going to look a little whitewashed on this end, but you kind of have a little bit of a kind of a padded, like of a, I don't know, it's kind of a checkery design almost on the background. Having that tan kind of color along with the, just adding those kind of creamsicle pops on there to kind of let you know what you're going to be tasting in this one. Yeah, it's simplistic, but it kind of gets your point across of what you're going to be expecting with this one. It says Dreamsicle right on the front of it. You have 2 ice cream pops on the front. So I think they did a pretty decent job with taking up real estate on the can art. So yeah, I say it's for me, I don't know if this would be something that would completely catch my attention at a liquor store or bottle shop. Even though it says Dreamsicle on there, and I love Dreamsicle style beers, so I would love to give it a shot. So 3.75 out of 5 for can art for sure. But let's see, if I got this beer in a flight at 903, would I get another one? I probably would, to be honest. It definitely tickles all the fancies that I'm looking for this kind of style. I like the salty flavor that it brings in. I love how the vanilla and the stuff cuts out that kind of nice tart tangerine flavor that just is very, very predominant up front. And then the creamy mouth feels fantastic. Everything about this is just, overall, it's really well balanced. Not too much in any kind of predominant flavor. And it's just another super solid beer from 903. Not really anything to me that's reinventing the wheel. But they just came out with another solid beer. So I think for my final rating on this guy, yeah, I'll give this a solid 7.75 out of 10. I really like it. Definitely would recommend if you like kind of bright tart citrus in your beers. I think you'd really enjoy this one. If you like kind of like a vanilla creaminess in it, I think you would give this one a good rating also. But overall, yeah, 7.75, almost an 8 on this one, I think is a pretty good kind of realm we can leave this on. But other than that, yeah, super solid. Definitely. Thanks to 903 for coming out this one. I don't know, my brain's kind of foggy today for some reason. But other than that, I think that's pretty much what I have for you guys today. So thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are awesome. If you haven't done it already, please hit that like button. It would help me out a lot. Also, if you're new to the channel and like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell as well. Let you know whenever I go live doing a review. I have a review planned for you guys tomorrow. I know a lot of people aren't around today because they're spending time with family for the holidays and all that stuff. But I still wanted to get a review out for you guys. So just wanted to get this one out of the way and just get it done. But other than that, if you want to see a social media aspect of beer drinking, of course, get yourself over to Untappd. It's a great platform when it comes to, you can just check in beers, get badges, see what's popular all around the country, see what's popular in your area, all that kind of stuff. It's a really, really cool app where you can use it on Android, iPhone, or if you're on your computer all the time, you can run it through the desktop as well. Or if you want to possibly get your hands on stuff from 903, if you want to see if they're not carried around anywhere in your area, I can always recommend getting yourself over to Tavor. It's a great platform. They deliver to a lot of states. So you just gotta, pretty much when you download the app, they'll make you put your zip code right away when you create an account, and they'll let you know right away if you can get stuff delivered to you from them. And of course, 903 comes up there pretty often, so you'll be able to get some 903 stuff if you're able to get beer delivered to you from them. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is pretty much what I have for you guys today. So again, thank you everybody for hanging out. You guys are awesome. And I'm going to say this before we get the hell out of here. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and if you're going to drink responsibly, don't drink and drive, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers.